You know that feeling of looking at a hair product and just hoping it's the one that's finally gonna work? Well, today we are diving into a new ingredient called SEREVELLE. And let me tell you, it might just have the science to back up its claims. And the results are pretty incredible.
I mean, who hasn't been there? It's so frustrating to try product after product only to get results that are all over the place. But here's the thing. It's that exact problem that actually sparked the breakthrough we're about to explore.
So, for a long time, saw palmetto, which is a natural extract from the berries of the dwarf palm tree, has been talked about for hair wellness. But the big problem? The results were just wildly inconsistent. One batch might work, and the next, well, not so much. It was totally unreliable. So here's our game plan for today. We're gonna start with that big, frustrating problem of inconsistency. Then we'll get to the breakthrough solution. We'll break down the science of how it works. And then comes the really good part, the proof. We are gonna look at some amazing data from a top-tier clinical trial at both 90 days and 180 days. And finally, we'll see what really truly sets this apart.
Okay, first up, let's really get into the weeds on this saw palmetto problem. Because, to really appreciate the solution, you've got to understand the challenge it was up against. So here's the deal. The parts of saw palmetto that actually do the work are these fatty acids or lipids. The challenge is that traditional extracts can have completely different amounts and types of these lipids. Think of it like baking a cake, right? But every time you bake it, the recipe changes. Sometimes you get more flour, sometimes less sugar. You're never, ever gonna get the same cake twice. That was the exact problem that needed to be solved. And that, right there, brings us to the really exciting part, the solution. Once scientists really nailed down this whole inconsistency problem, they were able to create a reliable, repeatable answer. So, let's meet SEREVELLE. SEREVELLE is powered by something called ActiLipid for hair. Okay, so instead of just using any old extract, the scientists at Valenza International used their special deep extract CO2 process. And what they did was isolate and concentrate the 4 specific free fatty acids that have the most impact on hair follicles. This creates this really defined, consistent, and super potent complex. It means every single batch is the same, which means the results, well, they're finally predictable. So, okay, we've got this super consistent, powerful complex, but how does it actually work? Let's take a look at its dual action mechanism and what it's doing for your hair follicles. So it really works in 2 key ways. First, it helps support healthy hormone signaling right there in the follicle. Get this, it's 75 times more effective at blocking DHT, which is a hormone that's linked to hair thinning, than your standard extracts. But it doesn't just stop there. It also works on a second pathway to directly strengthen growth signals. This helps increase the anagen phase, that's the active growth part of the hair cycle, by 30% and reduces stress on the follicle. It's like a powerful 1-2 punch. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds fantastic in theory, but where is the actual proof? Well, it comes from the absolute gold standard of science, a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trial. And it was done on both men and women who felt their hair was thinning. So let's look at the results after just 90 days. Are you ready for this? After only 3 months, the group taking SEREVELLE saw 7 times more growth in those mature terminal hairs compared to the group taking a placebo. I mean, 7 times. That is a massive difference right out of the gate.
And what about brand new growth? They saw 6 times more vellus hair. Those fine new baby hairs popping up. That is such a fantastic early sign that the follicles are really waking up and getting to work. And when you put all of that together, it adds up to a 12.8 times increase in total hair growth versus the placebo group. And that's in just 90 days. The numbers here are they're undeniable. And this chart just makes it so clear. You can just see the huge gap between the SEREVELLE group and the placebo group. It's across every single category we just talked about: terminal, vellus, and total hair. The results are just so incredibly consistent. As amazing as those 90-day results are, this story was really just getting started. The true power of this consistent approach, it became even clearer over time. So let's fast forward to the 180-day mark. What we're about to see isn't just that the improvements continued. We're going to see that the results actually got stronger and stronger. The gap just kept getting wider. By day 180, the SEREVELLE group showed a 283% greater improvement in mature terminal hair compared to the placebo. Wow, so the gap didn't just stay the same. It got way, way bigger.
And look at this absolutely incredible number for new vellus hair, a 414% greater improvement versus placebo. This just goes to show you the power of supporting new hair growth over the long term. And when you tie it all together, the total hair density saw a 306% greater improvement in the CEREVELLE group. We're talking comprehensive, visible, and statistically significant progress.
This chart just illustrates that point so brilliantly. I mean, compare this to the 90-day chart we just saw. The gap is now even more dramatic. Actually, the data showed that the overall effectiveness of the treatment increased by 40% just between day 90 and day 180. So this isn't some short-term fix. The benefits literally compound over time.
So what does this all mean? What's the big takeaway here? It means we really need to think differently about what's possible. CEREVELLE isn't just another hair supplement. It's really representing a whole new, clinically proven category. Okay, here it is. This is the fundamental takeaway. A lot of common ingredients like biotin are fantastic for supporting the health and strength of the hair you already have. But what this clinical trial shows is that CEREVELLE is doing something totally different. It's proven to support new hair growth. And that is a total game changer.
All right, let's wrap this all up with the key takeaways. CEREVELLE is clinically proven for new hair growth in both men and women. It's powered by that consistent bioactive complex that finally solves that old problem of variability. Its dual action mechanism gives you that comprehensive support. And oh, check this out, another huge benefit from the study. It showed a 30% reduction in hair shedding overall, which then jumped to an incredible 70% reduction for menopausal women. Just amazing.
So we'll end with this question. When you combine a consistent bioactive approach with gold standard clinical proof that demonstrates not just healthier hair, but significant new hair growth, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Is a new standard for hair wellness finally here? Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive.